Hi, I'm Karen Dulin. I'm here with Newport Box Fit. Today we are going to do a legs and abs workout. It's going to be a round of legs and a round of abs. I will go through descriptions of all the exercises for you for each round so you know what's going on. All right, we are going to incorporate legs into our first round, which is going to be our warm-up. We're going to do 30 seconds of jumping jacks to start, followed by 30 seconds of side step squats, and then our last 30 will be butt kickers, and then we will repeat because it is a 3-minute round. Good, now we're switching to a side step squat. So step into the right and squat, and then step into the left. And our last 30-second switch is butt kickers, and then we will repeat. Back to jumping jacks. Switching to that side step squat, stepping right and squat, stepping to the left and squat. And we have our last 30 seconds of our first round, back to butt kickers. Good. All right, we have our 30-second rest, which I'll explain what is next during that 30 seconds. Our next round is going to be abs. So we're going to start with doing some plank variations. So yes, it is 3 minutes of planking, but variations are going to be mixed in. So our first piece of that is going to be, we're here, a plank with a reach through. So you're going to reach through one side and then alternate to the other side. It'll be 1 minute there, followed by a 1 minute regular plank, and then our last plank will be knee to opposite shoulder. So right now, plank with reach through for 1 minute. Less than 30 seconds here. Next up, we have regular planks. So you can drop down to your elbows, which I like to do personally, or you can keep it all the way up which is a little harder on the shoulders. I get enough work on my shoulders, so. Remember to keep your core tight and your hips are slightly up here so you're not pulling on your lower back. You got 30 more seconds here. Then in a few seconds, our last piece is going to be elbow to opposite, or knee to opposite elbow for our last minute. So I'm going to come back up here, slowly pulling that knee across the body, making sure to keep everything tight. Seconds left. So our next round, of course, is going to be legs. So I'm going to utilize the box for this one. You can use weights or no weights. You don't actually need a box. You can use a couch, a chair, anything you have at home, or you can even just do a regular squat and pop up, although we have squat jumps in the mix here today. So we're going to do 12 box pop-ups, which look like this. Weights or no weights, okay? Chair or couch are fine. Got 12 of those. We've got 12 skaters. So 12 skater lunges here. Each side counts as one. You can use weights or no weights for that. And then our last exercise will be a reverse lunge. Again, same thing, 12 reps of that, either weights or no weights. I'm gonna go a little light right now. So 12 box pop-ups first. And then we will cycle through these exercises for the full 3 minutes. So everything's going to be at your own pace. Obviously, we want to get through as many reps and sets correctly as we can in the 3 minutes. Once you're done with those 12, you're going to come over here, do 12 skaters. Each side counts as one. Last but not least, 12 reverse lunges. And then we repeat for the full 3 minutes. Skaters. And you don't need weights for these to be effective, by the way. full rotations per round is good. If you can get more, that's amazing. So we're back to abs. We're gonna start down on the floor, mat, whatever you have available, with an oblique crunch. So on your side, legs are here, hands behind your head. Make sure you're not pulling on your neck. Shoulder blade that's on the floor has to come up off the floor. We're here for 30 seconds. Good, quickly switch to the other side. Same exercise. Very nice. Next up, we are on our back, hands underneath your butt, little leg lifts. So you want your head up to feel it more. Chin is pressed to the ceiling. Legs come up between like 6 to 12 inches. Just kind of little pulses. You can drop your head if you feel like you're pulling in your neck, but you do feel it more if your head is up. We're going to stay here for another 30 seconds. Good, now we're going to drop the feet, keeping the knees bent, hands come behind the head. We're going to pulse it up, chin is pressed towards the ceiling. Shoulder blades have to come up off the floor for this to be effective. Good, and for our last 30 seconds, same exercise. We're just gonna take it, hold it at the top for 2, and then bring it back down. So same crunch, just holding a little bit at the top. Very nice. All right, and we are back up with some more legs. So our next 3 exercises, first one we have deadlifts. You can do these without weights too. So it's gonna be here. I am doing a slightly bent leg deadlift, so it's gonna be here, right? For 12, our second exercise, forward lunges for 12. And our last exercise will be a sumo squat for 12, all right? So starting off first with 12 deadlifts, making sure to keep your abs tight, not arching your back here. Next up we have 12 forward lunges, making sure that your knee doesn't go over your toes, so coming straight down with the leg. And last but not least, we have the sumo squat. Again, we can do these with weights or without. Sometimes we'll use just one dumbbell with these. Toes pointed out. And we're back to the beginning, back to the deadlift. So again, try to set a goal for yourself of how many times you want to cycle through this, the more the better. Obviously, correct is better as well. Back to forward lunges. And last but not least, that sumo squat, toes pointed out, back still straight. 12 of everything. Back to the forward lunge. And a sumo squat. And this was perfect timing. All right, so next round we are back to abs. This round we're going to do 3 exercises and we're going to cycle through them twice. So our first one is elbows to knees, tap the toes down. Second is going to be a regular bicycle, and third will be toe touches. All right. So we're starting here, hands behind the head, elbows to the knees, and then tap the toes down and bring the upper body down as well. So everything together, and then everything down. Each exercise for 30 seconds in this round. Now we are switching to bicycle. So knees at 90 degrees, elbow to the knee. Try to extend that leg as fully as you can. Good, then we're bringing the feet straight up, hands behind the head. Reach up, touch your toes, or as close as you can get. If it's easy to touch your toes, you can point your toes. Make it a little bit harder. Good, and back to the first exercise. Elbows to the knees, tap the toes down. Ten more seconds here. Good, and we're back to that bicycle. Knees at 90, elbow to opposite knee. Extend the leg as fully as you can. And last 30 seconds, back to the toe touches. back to legs. We are more than halfway through this 30-minute workout. So our next round, we're gonna do 12 box jumps, or if you don't have a box at home or anything to jump on, you can just do a forward jump, but you wanna land soft just like you would for a box jump. You're still gonna get the benefits of the exercise that way. So you've got 12 of those. We have 12 glute ham raises, which if you have something you can put your legs up on, like a couch, chair, or if you happen to have a box at home, you're gonna do 12 each side of these. And last but not least, we're gonna do a squat hold for 30 seconds. All right, so the idea is to try to get box jumps in 30, glute ham raises done in 30, so we can do a 30-second squat hold, but we'll just kind of wing it. So I'm gonna forego the box jump so I can show you how to do the forward jump at home. Next we have glute ham raises, 12 on each side. Try to keep your hips up off the floor for this one. And we are popping up. We are in a squat hold. So you want your knees back behind the toes. Everybody seems to get into the pray position for this one. So I do it as well. Try to keep your abs tucked in tight as well. On all of your exercises, of course. 5 more seconds. Good, and we're back to the forward jump, box jump, or chair jump, whatever you have available. Go back to glute ham raises. Last but not least, back to that squat hold. You want to try to sink as low as you can without hurting your knees or your back, of course. Ten seconds. All right, very nice. We are back to ab work. Last 3 rounds. So we are picking it up a little bit for our last 3 rounds just because they're our last 3 rounds. So back down on the floor of the mat. Our first exercise is going to be heel touches. You want to challenge yourself and keep your heels closer together. Our second will be a bicycle, the toe tap down. And our third will be leg lifts, and we'll repeat. So starting right now with heel touches. Again, on all of your ab exercises, make sure that your head is in a neutral position so you're not pulling on your neck. That means your chin is pressed to the ceiling. 10 more seconds here. we're switching to bicycle with it, tapping the toe down. So opposite elbow to opposite knee, and tapping the toe down towards the floor. Good, hands underneath. But we've got leg lifts. Ten more seconds here. Then we are back to heel touches again. Good, drop the feet, keep the knees bent. Back to those heel touches. If you want to challenge yourself, you bring the feet closer together but farther away from your butt. We are back to the bicycle, tapping the toes down. In our last 30 seconds, hands back underneath, head comes up, chin to the ceiling, and we've got our little leg lifts again. I know we already did these, but they're very effective. Last 10 seconds. Very nice, and we have our rest. And we have our last 2 rounds. That's like our favorite thing to say here at Newport CrossFit. So we're gonna do our last round of leg work. The first exercise is gonna be a split squat. So if you have something to put your foot on, you can do that, and if not, you can totally just do a regular lunge on one side. So this would be your split squat if you have something to put your foot on, and if you don't, you can just put it on the floor. It's still gonna hurt. Weights or no weights are fine as well. So 12 on each side. Our second set of 12 is gonna be regular squats. So again, if you have weights, probably beneficial here. Regular squats, keeping the knees behind the toes, keeping the back straight, all that good stuff. And last but not least, everybody's favorite, we've got squat jumps. So 12 of those. So 12 of everything. Repeat as many times as you can for the round. Remember, this is our last round of leg work. And I'm gonna go wimpy with the weight. Just saying. All right. So 12 split squats on each side first. Next up, we have regular squats for 12. And I'm definitely dropping the weights for this one. Got 12 squat jumps to finish off. And then we're back to the beginning. I'll demonstrate the split squat without the elevation, so you're just on one side for 12. Back to lunge, regular squats. And last 12 squat jumps. And back to the top. Again, trying to get 3 sets if we can. Squats. And squat jumps. And perfect timing. We have our last round, which is, of course, going to be ab work. So, mixing it up, everything's going to be 1 minute this round. Our first exercise is here. It's going to be a lower abdominal hold, just hovering the legs. Second will be elbows to knees, fully extend the legs for a minute. Last but not least, we'll do flutter kicks. So we're here first, hands underneath, head up, hovering the legs. Again, if you're starting to feel it in your neck, you can definitely drop your head. I sometimes give mine a little rest. Less than 30 seconds here. These last 3 are a lot on the legs, so definitely going to be challenging, but definitely push through because it's the last round. 10 seconds. Good, now we're bringing the knees to 90. Elbows to knees, extend the legs out, so everything together, then everything out. Thirty more seconds. Remembering not to pull on that neck. Good, and last but not least, hands back underneath. This is our last minute. We've got flutter kicks. I'm sure you're feeling it in your legs. Just keep pushing. Last 30 seconds. Very nice. We are done. That was 5 rounds of legs, 5 rounds of abs. I know I'm feeling it, so I'm sure you all are too. Thanks for joining me today. Am I done?
Done.